Did you know that Manchester United accidentally made Zidane a coaching legend? By messing up David De Gea's transfer to Real Madrid, United created the squad Zidane needed to win the three-peat. But what if David De Gea's transfer mess didn't happen? What ripple would this have on European football? Actual event. When David De Gea joined Manchester United in 2011, he carried heavy burdens. He became the most expensive Premier League goalkeeper and was to take over from the great Edwin van der Sar. At first, De Gea shook under the weight of expectation, but United's coach at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson, kept faith in him. Eventually De Gea adapted and began to show why United paid so much for him. He single-handedly kept United in games and reduced what would have been terrible defeats to acceptable ones. In the 2014 to 2015 season, his performances were phenomenal. He made 93 saves, which was more than Thibaut Courtois, Joe Hart and Fraser Forster, and had 11 clean sheets. He was so good that he won Manchester United's Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year award and got the goalkeeper spot in the PFA's Team of the Year. With his performance, Real Madrid was certain they had found the successor to the legendary Iker Casillas. Madrid approached United to sign De Gea and offered them Keylor Navas and an additional £29 million. It looked like a great deal for all parties except for Navas, who didn't want to leave Madrid. Navas had an excellent World Cup in 2014 and had been a superb goalkeeper before then, so he would be a great goalie for United. De Gea pushed for the move because he was eager for a return to Spain, and it was Real Madrid. Most players dream of playing for Madrid. Everything was going smoothly, paperwork was in order, and United sent it through a fax machine. Still, somehow, the documents got to the Spanish Football Federation headquarters 1 minute after the 2300 BST deadline. Madrid were furious. They blamed United for messing up the deal, and United claimed they sent the documents on time. Honestly, if you ask me, I think United didn't want De Gea to go to Madrid and botch the deal on purpose, but what if that deal didn't get botched? Alternate reality. De Gea would have arrived in Spain as a Galactico, the heir to the throne of yet another legendary goalkeeper, Iker Casillas. From a marketing point of view, De Gea would have been a delight for the Real Madrid public relations team. He would have sold an incredible amount of jerseys, but let's leave the off-the-field stuff and talk about performance. De Gea Real Madrid performance. Unlike in his first season at United, where he struggled to adapt at first, De Gea would fit into Real Madrid like a glove and would elevate them with his performances. And just like he helped managers stay longer than they should at United, he would do the same at Madrid. So instead of getting sacked on 4th January 2016, Benitez would have stayed longer as Real Madrid's coach. The big question is, would this have affected Real Madrid's performance in the 15-16 Champions League? Benitez legacy. Despite playing in a group that had PSG, Real Madrid won all of their games. Benitez might not have charisma, but his reputation as a cup coach is no joke. He led Liverpool to win the 2005 Champions League, and even had them do comebacks against a legendary AC Milan side in that season's Champions League final. So, although one of the reasons Madrid sacked Benitez was because he wasn't getting good results against top sides, in the Champions League he would have been able to do so, especially with De Gea in goal. Chances are he might have even gone through the tournament unbeaten, but the football might not be as good to watch. While people think they would have struggled against Atletico in the penalty shootout in the final, I still think Real would have won because De Gea is poor in penalty shootouts. Navas didn't save any penalty kicks, and Atletico Madrid's Juan Fran missed his penalty kick. Benitez winning the Champions League with Madrid would completely win the fans and players over to his side. That unity and high morale would have helped Madrid with a continental treble in the 2016 to 2017 season. In real life, Madrid won the Champions League again and La Liga, but Celta Vigo eliminated Madrid from the Copa del Rey. However, in this what-if reality, Madrid would win that quarter-final and crush the semi-finals and finals. In this reality, they still would have done the three-peat. But not everything would have remained the same for Real Madrid, but before I elaborate, let me tell you about the ripple that would have taken place at Manchester United. Manchester United. United would have gotten another high-level goalkeeper, but Navas would have had difficulty adapting because of two things. One, Navas didn't want to make the move to United, and two, United fans would be pissed at losing De Gea and may not quickly warm up to Navas. At the time, Navas was playing through a tendinitis, but his determination to be Madrid's number motivated him not to have surgery and play through the pain for more than a season. He might have a similar motivation at United and would do the surgery sooner, but if he does decide to hold off on the surgery, much wouldn't change for United. Navas would continue where De Gea stopped and become United's most important asset and will win the fans to his side by the end of the season. However, United would still sack Van Gaal at the end of the season to hire Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho would continue to keep faith with Navas and would have achieved the same things he did in real life in this what-if reality. However, a couple of goalkeepers' journeys would be significantly affected. Courtois stuck at Chelsea. Atletico Madrid have had a history of producing excellent goalkeepers, and even De Gea is part of their production pipeline. With De Gea in La Liga, Jan Oblak would have had a fierce battle for the Best Goalkeeper award. Benitez has a safety-first approach to games, which will match Atletico's defensive style, and De Gea will take a few of the awards Oblak has won from him. With these two going band for band in goalkeeping awards, Real Madrid wouldn't feel the need to sign Thibaut Courtois, who would remain at Chelsea, so Chelsea wouldn't sign Kepa Arrizabalaga. Without Kepa, Chelsea would have fared better in a couple of their games, especially in that 1920 season, when Kepa's performances nearly cost them a Champions League position. He only saved 53% of the shots he faced. With Chelsea still keeping Courtois, they wouldn't have signed Mendy but would still have won their second UCL in 2021. So, instead of winning 2 Champions Leagues, Courtois would have won only 1. So, what do you think? Would Real Madrid have been better off with De Gea? What key event that would have happened do you think I missed? Let me know your take in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell because next time we're rewriting football history again.